Alright, we're back. I've gotten the ship designs from PwnIronwolf. Let's see what we're gonna go up against. Let's see here. There we go. First squadron, 5 battleships, 8 battlecruisers. So 13 ships in total for under 195,000 tons. That was 5 battleships, 8 heavy cruisers. I'm running 6 battleships, 6 heavy cruisers, and 8 D-Ds. We're gonna see how useful those D-Ds are gonna be. And there's a big question mark there. So, scoring. Winning your battle is 20 points. If your dueling fleet wins its battle, it's also 20 points. So if I win my battle against PwnIronwolf's ships, and the ships I sent him also win, I get 40 points. For every empty ship spot is 1 point when you win your duel. Example, you take 5 ships into battle and you win, you would get 15 bonus points. Okay. Okay. So, I'm gonna earn myself 4 points for dropping 4 of the D-Ds. Actually, I don't think I want to drop any more than that, because there's one more way to earn bonus points here. Are you confident in your fleet design? Turn on AI control for the whole battle to earn 20 bonus points. This must be done at the start of the battle. You can mess with your starting orders, like ordering something to follow or screen or dodge torpedoes or whatever it is on the control panel at the start of the battle. You're also allowed to tell your DD and CL to smoke up on AI control. I think the AI is going to smoke whenever the smoke is available, so I'm not sure how relevant that's going to be. You're also allowed to control ship speed if your AI ships get stuck ramming each other. If a tie happens in points, the one who uses the least amount of ships in total wins. Well, I sent a full 20 ship stack to PwnIronwolf, so that's probably not going to be me. But at least I'm going to earn 4 bonus points for leaving my 4 DDs at home. PwnIronwolf is going to get a lot more points. He's going to get 7 for only sending 13 ships. Now, as I was the one who challenged PwnIronwolf, he gets to choose range, which is 15,000. Weather, clear. Daytime is morning, right? I got that right, right? Let's see. Let's see. I'm just gonna confirm. Yes. 1900 year, 15 kilometer range, clear, morning. Alright, we're ready to go. Share designs is set to always. These are the ships I made, which you saw previously. I think the AI is gonna do decently well controlling these battleships. They're pretty uncomplicated, I think. Now, let's see. I don't know what kind of ships PwnIronwolf made, though. Only that they are Russian and from 1900. And that should be it. Yes. Okay. So he's also got some almost semi-dreadnought looking contraption with his battleship there. Let's start battle. Pause. Can I join? I'm allowed to mess with the starting formation. I'm gonna join all of the battleships, and I'm gonna turn off that thing. I think I'm gonna turn that off for all of them, actually. You're not set to screen, you're set to follow the battleships. And these guys can do whatever. Let's see. AI control. AI control. AI control. Let's see what the AI does. This is now out of my hands. Oh, wait. Almost forgot. This could be ugly. There we go. I almost forgot my DDs, but we caught it just in time. Now let's take a look at the enemy ships before I unpause the game. We've already spotted them. These are the battleships. Quite impressive, lots of secondary weapons. 3 double 12-inch guns. 28 single 7-inch guns, okay. So I outgunned them in just main gun armament. I also think I outranged them, 16.7 kilometers. No, I don't think I do. No, he outranges me. These would be the battleships, right? 2 double 10-inch guns. 12 single 6-inch guns. Whereas my heavy cruisers have 3 double 7-inch guns and 16 6-inch guns. So again, he's got the heavier main armament on his heavy cruisers. Let's see what the AI wants to do. Now, seeing as these are pre-Dreadnought era ships, there's not really that much I can do that's gonna be better than what the AI does. Pre-Dreadnought fights usually end up just pounding each other to dust at fairly close range. So their battleships are already opening up. Mine are not yet in range. There we go, my battleships are opening up. No hits scored yet by either side. My DDs are going in more or less unmolested. They already wasted their smoke at the start of the battle, because the AI likes to smoke whenever the smoke is available. Let's see, will they get torpedo range? 3 kilometer torpedo range. Gonna be kind of exciting to see if we can actually score any torpedo hits. So far, we've done more damage. Well, until that DD ate a bunch of fire. D-Ds are not going to be launching their torpedoes. Might as well have kept them home. Yeah, all those 6-inch guns are 6 and 7-inch guns. Yeah, the battleships have 7-inch secondaries. Short work of my D-Ds. So that's where I think I could have done much better if I'd played that manually. Would have saved the smoke until they get closer. They're not yet identified. Nico Shirana is taking a lot of fire. Should have turned that off for the AI, but I think they would behave that way anyway. Battleships are going all in. Do the enemy battleships have torpedoes? Don't think they do. Mine do. Keep in mind, I also have one more battleship than the enemy. I got 6, they got 5. They got a lot more heavy cruisers. Well, they got 2 more. I got 6, they got 8. Otaki-san. Going straight in. There we go, ammo detonation aboard an enemy battleship. Which also has 2 engines out. See, the enemy battleships have been identified. Yep, 12-inch, 40 caliber length. Many bulkheads. Very decent armor. Very similar to my own armor, actually. And yeah. White powder, gun cotton. I think that's kind of similar to my own. Yeah, so the D-Ds ended up not being worth it. Taki-san took some big hits. There we go, torpedoes going out from Mikasa. Wonder if Yoshin will... Yeah, Yoshin has also launched a torpedo towards Sviatoy Yakov. Which, is it gonna end up hitting? I think it might. Dud. Underwhelming. After this battle is done playing out, I'm gonna try it once more under manual control, and we're gonna see if that goes any different. If I can actually put those D-Ds to use. This cruiser squadron moving in. Wish I would focus the Tris Viatevia and not the one far in the distance. The enemy is in torpedo range, so if they want to launch, they could launch now. Sviatoy Yakov is very close to sinking, and there she goes. First enemy battleship down. Not first blood, because that would be my 4 D-Ds. are the remaining 4 battleships being engaged by my armored cruisers. Wish they would just get a little bit closer and launch those torpedoes, because they're just really not being that useful, hanging around, getting shot up by the battleships. Taki-san is taking quite a bit of damage, but otherwise my battleships are in good shape. These cruisers not so much. Archangel Mikhail, let's take a look at the heavy cruisers. What kind of armor do you have? 10.8 on the main belt. That's quite heavy. And they got some decently punchy Mark III 10-inch guns. Mine have Mark III 7-inch guns. Not nearly as punchy, but I do have more of them. They also have torpedoes. Same as mine. Same torpedo armament as mine. I have actually scored 3 torpedo hits for 5,200 damage. One of the torpedo hits was a dud that hit this one, and it also got hit by an actual live torpedo after it was sinking, so that was a waste. Who else ate a torpedo? Could be some of the cruisers, perhaps. Rurik? Or did we just score multiple torpedo hits on this guy? Yeah, this guy ate all of them. One was a dud while it was still alive, and then it got hit by 2 more as it was sinking, so, as I said, quite the waste. Torpedoes. Are you gonna launch yet? Okay, come on. Have torpedo range. Speaking of torpedoes, there's an incoming torpedo towards the Chokai. And the Chokai is gonna sink. And we scored 2 more torpedo hits though. 2 on Archangel Mikhail. And is that an outgoing enemy torpedo? It would be funny if that would hit a battleship. Yakumo is launching 2 torpedoes, also towards the Mikhail. But now my battleships are, if they could just get out of this swirling ball, do something useful. But again, it's the same as the enemy battleships are doing. Can't really complain too much. I think the Kaikoma is gonna eat a couple of torpedoes. No, she evaded. My battleships are now closing in on the enemy battleships. It's still pretty even. My cruisers are really taking a pounding. I'm gonna lose one more here. There we go. Got these three. Two of them are in decent shape. One of them is very heavily damaged. Actually, they're all quite damaged. Well, Tsurugi is okay. Kakoma is holding on. Here we go. The battleship brawl is about to start in earnest. Torpedoes on Mikasa blew up. We have scored 3 more torpedo hits. We might score even more. Kniaz Suvorov is quite badly damaged. And there are incoming torpedoes. Nico Shirana goes down. That torpedo. Will we actually get the Kniaz Suvorov? Hard to tell. Kronschlott just launched a couple of torpedoes towards the Tosa. They went off at very weird angles. Gonna get some torpedoes away. We're gonna get some ramming action. Petropavlovsk goes down. I think we're gonna get some ramming here. Dead torpedo. Yeah, ramming. That's not good for the Shimane. She got her entire flank cut up by the bow on the Tris Vyatevlia. Also has incoming torpedo, which did miss. There we go, flash fire on Bayan, and it is spreading. That's gonna be the end of that ship. Pretty sure. Blagoy Nachalo is finding herself isolated in the midst of both battleships and heavy cruisers. Shimane has no torpedoes left. We're gonna get more ramming. I think we are. Yep, that's ramming. My ship is ramming the enemy battleship. For some pretty massive damage, it seems. Yeah, she's getting her entire flank cut up by, but the Shimane is not looking too good either. There we go. Enemy ship sank. We got torpedo hits on Utaki-san. And Otaki-san might be taking some more torpedoes now. I'm the one who brought torpedoes, but I'm also the one who seems to be torpedoed the most. Yeah, Shimano goes down. Mutual kill. Both torpedoes missed Otaki-san, but Takao just ate one. "12-inch guns are blasting big holes in those heavy cruisers, though." Tri Sviatitelia, that's a mouthful, also went down. More torpedoes outgoing from Victor. And look like they're gonna hit the Tulsa, both of them. One exploded in the water. Is the other one actually gonna hit? No. No. It missed. Lucky. Now Europa is gonna sink. And I'm not sure how long Victor is gonna live. Have we sunk all the enemy battleships? I think we have. It looked dicey at the start, but once the enemy battleships died... I think my own battleships have a pretty good chance against the remaining enemy heavy cruisers. Their 10-inch guns might be punchy. Let's see, what kind of armor did I put on these? 15 on the main belt. Yeah, no, they cannot pen that. Not at all. Let's go back up to ×5 game speed. So far, so good. Yeah. Good thing the enemy cruisers are actually closing in. 17.1 knots. Yeah, they're actually slower than my battleships. I was about to say that, oh, I would not be able to catch them. But I think I would be. Well, theoretically, if my ships were in good shape, but they're all quite damaged. We have one heavy cruiser all the way back here, Archangel Mikhail. Neptune goes down. Kronschlott, I think, will be the next to sink. Or the Kniaz Vladimir. Kronschlott is the one taking most of the fire. Where are you heading, Mikhail? Not away? Not really. You are in battleship main gun range. Kronschlott. It's going down. Flash fires, even. Are we gonna say that's a decent thumbnail? Yeah. Good work by the Tsundere Kantai versus the Russian 1st Squadron. Torpedo detonation aboard Kashimayari. Picric is taking very heavy fire. I think she might sink soon. And then it's only the Mikhail left. Yep, Rurik is gonna go down. Oh, yeah, the Vladimir, but also went down. Now, just the Mikhail left. That was quite the brawl. And it took about 1.5 hours. I don't think it's gonna take much longer. See, yeah, there we go. Shells are starting to hit. A couple more direct 12-inch hits and she's toast. Any second now. Mr. Mikhail. There she is. 2.7 knots. I got 68%, 70% fuel left. 50% fuel, 60% on my cruisers. So definitely enough range to not start the battle on low fuel. Go on. Get a couple more hits in. Just shoot straight for once. Well, they've done a good job shooting, actually. Shouldn't complain too much. And there we go. That was it. Victory. So, where are we at for points? Yeah, but my my own force not really in good shape after that. That's for sure. Announcements. Let's see. From the Discord channel. Winning your battle is 20 points. Check. Every empty ship spot is 1 point. 4, that's 24. And AI control, that's another 20 points. So 44 points scored. With another 20 points possible if the Tsundere Kantai also wins its fleet action against the same fleet in PwnIronwolf's video. But first, let's do this again, but under manual control. See how we do. I want to make those DDs actually do the work. It's gonna be my primary goal here, make the DDs work. Okay. Satsuma, you're gonna detach. You two are gonna join up with the Satsuma. So now I have 2 battleship squadrons instead of 1 big. for heavy cruisers. Yatsugatake, you're gonna detach and join up with these two. And you're just, to begin with, you're just gonna follow the Mikasa. And you guys are just gonna follow the Kanko. Now my D-Ds, where are you at? There's one more somewhere. Oh. Of course you had to start in with the different opposite side of the formation. Let's see. 2 lines of battleships, followed by 2 lines of armored cruisers. Get our stuff organized before actually engaging. What kind of cruising speed do these ships have? 11.4 knots. We're gonna get in closer before actually slowing down to cruising speed. Now we're in please unfuck this formation speed. DDs will hang back at the start and go in once the enemy is being engaged. Which is pretty much now. We're gonna slow down a bit. 13 knots. I want to blunt the nose of that heavy cruiser formation. No, not all of you. You had your targets. Gosh darn it. Yeah. We go scoring solid hits on a, I think that's a cruiser. Flooding hits even. Yeah, the lead cruiser is in pain, which is great. Now these D-Ds. I do want them coming in a little bit closer. So far we're dishing out more damage, but a lot of that is versus cruisers, not battleships. My DDs have been spotted now. They're taking some fire. so the game is stuttering quite a bit. Enemy BB sinks. I don't think that was a battleship that sank. It might have been, but I kind of doubt it. Let's take a look. What did we sink? Pretty sure that was a cruiser. Yeah, it was a cruiser. That is actually a very good looking battleship for the era. I think that's one of the best looking pre-Dreadnought battleship hulls in the game. Especially since you can do this with the two super firing turrets in the back. Basically make an early well, maybe Dreadnought is a bit of a strong word, but Mikasa, why are you not engaging that guy who's right in front of you? Konko, you should also be doing that. Bringing my DDs around. Is this guy gonna get all the way into my lines and start launching torpedoes at me? You better not do that. That would be very annoying. Yeah, you are doing that. Oboro has taken an unfortunate hit. Means Oboro is detaching. It also means we are starting to smoke up now. I thought I told you not to do the formation thing, but it's like almost looking like you are. Uh, 28 knot. Oh, you are for some reason reduced speed. All of you, go alone. It's like a whole cluster of things. I'm just gonna have to trust my BBs to do their own thing now while I play with the DDs. Toggle sinks. Yeah, she probably ate torpedoes, didn't she? No, she just got hit by 12-inch guns. But now, at least some of these battleships are almost in range of my DDs. Asakaze, you're actually gonna go for the Kronschlott. Pause it a little bit. Let's see. Aggro. I'm gonna do some target microing of my battleships. Not really that good of a destroyer attack angle because we're kind of coming in from the rear. There we go, smoke ran out. Come on, pause. This will be very risky. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna risk that with the Monkey Gumo. Wakaba has launched. Big spread of torpedoes. Gumo, will you also launch? There you go. And here, let's get rid of that cruiser. That's the end of most of my D-Ds, but we took down some battleships. Now, we have cruisers to our front. I want to deal with those. Gumo goes down. Yeah, that's the end of my D-Ds. Let's actually get some torpedoes on the Voronezh. And the 3 Sviatevia. How are you still alive, Kronslot? Battleships are going straight in towards the torpedoes. Shoei took a couple. We're also getting torpedoes out on the enemy battleships now. Let's see. Shoei not looking too hot. Europa goes down. Kronstadt has done a lot of damage. No, actually she hasn't. She's only scored 1 torpedo hit. I thought she had scored a lot more. No, not really. Get some more torpedoes on 3 Sviatevia something. Shoei is gonna go down. She ate way too many torpedoes, but she has successfully led the charge into the enemy lines. If only she would actually engage. Oh, is that enemy on enemy torpedo hits? Or was that my own torpedoes? Satsuma, you got torpedoes coming in from multiple angles. 2 of those. Got more flash fires. I think that's a better like thumbnail, because we got more action going on. If only these markers would go away. Yeah. A lot more action going on with a lot more ships, more carnage. There we go. So Vladimir is probably gonna die from that. We're gonna shift our attention to the ships that are not yet dying. Satsuma, you might target the dead bent. Oh, Ryuto. Ate a bunch of torpedoes. Got torpedo hits on Tsarevich. Tsurugi. You may detach. I think you're pretty much done. Miyoko, though, can actually speed up. We're gonna get some torpedoes on this guy. She doesn't sink from other means, which I think she might. Yeah. So far, so good. There go more flash fires. You are not getting away from me. 2 battleships. That's the amount of attention you get. Are you gonna launch? Or is that wreck gonna get in the way? Yeah. The wreck got in the way. Darn it, that's annoying. But Yatsugatake got 2 torpedoes off, and they're looking pretty good. 2 hits on Voronezh. And also flash fire on Voronezh. It Kuma has 2 more torpedoes going out, but they're not going to be needed. So, we've got 1 enemy battleship remaining. And it's the Tsarovich. My own battleships are finishing off the Ekaterina. Which is now done. So we've lost 1 battleship. Took a bunch of torpedoes from getting this close into the enemy lines. But overall not bad. Also lost all the DDs again. And a lot of the heavy cruisers. Actually no, we lost 1. 1 heavy cruiser. And 1 battleship. So far better than the AI did. But the DDs were still not very effective. Guess we can take a look at the post-game stats once this is done. There we go. Kronschlott is down. Just a battleship left. Let's maneuver my own gun line into position. Well, I pretty much are. Yeah, it helps when my battleships have an 8-gun broadside I can bring to bear on the enemy. They got a 6-gun broadside, but most angles, I think they're the rearmost turret. We'll have a hard time actually being brought to bear. But overall, very similar kind of matchup between the battleships. They have a lot more secondary firepower though, with all of those 7-inch guns. We're going in for more torpedo attacks. Finish off the Tsarovich. There you go, torpedoes out from Miyoko. 2 of them, and they're both gonna hit the midships. And that finishes off the Tsarovich. Not bad. Yeah, happy with my fleet. I don't do a lot of pre-Dreadnought stuff. I probably should, because it can be very fun. My DDs actually did pretty well. Asakaza scored 3 torpedo hits for 7.4 thousand damage. Wakaba scored 2 torpedo hits for 8.4 thousand. Makigumo scored 6 torpedo hits for 10,000 damage. That's a lot of torpedo hits. Not to mention all the torpedo hits scored by my battleships and armored cruisers. Yeah, Mikasa took a lot more than she dished out. Which one sank? Was it Shohei? She took 6 torpedo hits. Who did the most though on my team? Well, Tsarovich did the most in total, but I think she snacked on some DDs. Yeah, like the Asakaza. But that's because the damage they receive is just silly sometimes. 58,000 by Satsuma. including scoring some torpedo hits. Yeah, most of my ships scored torpedo hits. Did the show I scored torpedo hits? She did not. But yeah, that's pretty nice. We're not gonna play it again, but I want to go into the shared design thing, and we're gonna take a look at the ships we were just facing. There we go, Russia, 1900. There's the battleship, and yeah, that's pretty good looking. I just love the way this hull looks. Yeah, pretty similar to my own. Mostly ignoring the deck armor because you're just not going to be hitting decks at the ranges you're fighting at in the pre-Dreadnought matchup. And the heavy cruiser with the two 10-inch guns. Yeah. Oh yeah, 6-inch guns. Also, pretty good design. Again, very similar to my own. More main belt armor actually. But most pre-Dreadnought ships just kind of tend to be like that. Let's go Japan. See, what would I have done differently on my ships now that they have seen combat? I'm not sure. Maybe made my sacrificed something here to make my main guns a little bit longer, so they would have a little bit more range and accuracy. Anti-torp 1, but that's the best I could get. Not sure if I could have done that much more to these battleships. Maybe fit some casemate guns. So I can only fit 3-inch casemates. They're kind of a waste. Could also have gone with gun cotton for more shell damage. With black powder I get minus 50%. But they are a lot more explosive. As you noticed, some of those enemy cruisers did go kaboom. For my own heavy cruisers though, maybe going with 10-inch guns instead of 7s. It was something I considered, I just was not able to do the super firing guns on the aft if I went with 10-inch guns. And again, making them maybe a little bit longer. They're long enough, they just don't have that much pen. That's kind of how it goes with very early game things. But yeah, that's it for this week's Shipyard Champions. I hope you enjoyed some pre-Dreadnought action for a change. Goodbye, and take care.